This is The Beat, a conversation about the Charleston County Sheriff's Office and our community. I'm your host, Oshi Alford. Hello, everyone, and welcome to The Beat. With me, I have...
Sheriff Graziano.
And I'm your hostess, Oshi, I forgot to mention. So, I noticed last week we had a particularly interesting, new, exciting project that came to fruition. Yeah. So, do you want to tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, so on Wednesday of last week, we had the graduation for the first time ever in the state of 5 scholars that were graduating with an associate's degree at the Adult Detention Center, and 6 more that got their GEDs. And we had a big ceremony, and the reason we had that ceremony is because right after that graduation, we cut the ribbon on the new education unit.
Okay, so this is going to be a continued thing that we're trying to do, right?
Right. So, when we originally started this program, it's been a labor of love. For like the past 2.5 years, we started it as soon as I was elected, and it was difficult because of the layout of the jail, the detention center, and the space. So we had to make the most of it. Well, during that time, through COVID, we had gained partnerships through several institutions, but our main partner is Trident Technical College, and also some community members. And we figured out a way to reconfigure one of the spaces that was empty to make it conducive for learning. Mm-hmm. And we created 4 new classrooms in that space with an additional closed off area for counseling sessions, and we're adding that in that space. We're adding on. So we did this without any funding out of our budget. We did it just being creative and thinking outside the box. Mm-hmm. And we were able to cut the ribbon on it on Wednesday, and those folks that were in attendance got to tour the facility. What's unique about that, Oshi, is these folks that graduated mm-hmm. did it in the space that they were in, which was not really a great space. It was loud. You could not really you couldn't put a lot of people in this one particular room, mm-hmm. so we had to limit our numbers. But today is the beginning of the orientation. Actually, it's going on right now. Mm-hmm. The College of Charleston is at the facility. We have 64 people in the new unit that'll be attending class. 28 of those are in the undergrad program.
Wow, that's awesome. So yeah, it's this
really
continuing
exciting
education, and it's again that focus on rehabilitation.
Right. So a lot of people don't understand, and I think it needs to be very clear. 95% of the people coming back that are in my facility are coming back into the community. Mm-hmm. I've always said give them a hand up, not a handout. You give people handouts, they kind of expect that. You give them a hand up, they change their own lives. And that's what's happened here. And we've seen great success. We have folks two folks that came back that had already been released to come back to graduate with their class. And they're working good jobs. One of them just got his son, full custody of his son. Mm-hmm. He is doing very, very well. And so we know it's hard once they get out because sometimes they go back to the same environment that put them there to begin with. But we make sure that soft handoff happens in the community, and that's why our community partners are so important, so that if they do stumble or they struggle with something, they have somebody to reach out to kind of help them, not make those same mistakes. And I couldn't be more proud of what these guys have accomplished. This was the first time, Osh, that we've ever been able to graduate a woman.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and that was kind of exciting. So the new class that's starting today, we're targeting 5. We're allowing women into the class now. Mm-hmm. So we have 5 signed up.
So it's a co-ed classroom kind of environment.
It is, yes.
So do they get to choose what coursework they decide to do?
Yeah, so they do tracks, and I'll let Roddy explain what the tracks are, at a later date. But for them right now, the tracks are the GED track, the associate's degree track, the trades track, and then there's 2 others that focus on manufacturing and work skills. So which certifications, certifications that you have to have, whether it be operating a forklift or going into a manufacturing company, right as an entry-level employee, you have to have these certifications through OSHA. So we offer all that now, and we're going to build on that. We've got some partnerships we're working on, and these are good paying jobs. I mean, when people get out, they already have their certifications, they've got the training, and through our partners that need employees, they tell us what they need, and we make sure that we provide that for them, so that when these folks come out, it's that soft handoff and into a good paying job.
That's awesome. So you get an idea of what we are looking for in the community as far as employment, so we can fulfill that need for both the employer and for the future employee, the people who are studying and are currently in the detention center.
Right.
That's incredible.
It's really just it's the most impressive thing to watch, the transformation. I was talking at graduation to some of the folks, and I feel like this metamorphosis has happened. Before we went in, they were these little prickly caterpillars, and you had to build these relationships and this trust, and they didn't trust us and we didn't trust them, and we had to defeat that somehow, and it took time to build that, and we didn't keep everybody. We lost some folks along the way, but the ones that stuck it out are have this story to tell now, and they keep telling their stories, and they want to give back, and they want to make amends for the things that they've done, to put them there to begin with. And it's just this incredible. I saw 9 butterflies, flying on Wednesday. It was just the most amazing thing, and I'm blown away by it. The spirit of the folks that have been with us in the trenches the entire time, to include our partners at Trident Tech, Tommy Baker and ACC, his group ACC, as well as the College of Charleston and the Citadel. They've all been a member, and a part of this, and they're mentoring these kids, these adults, these scholars. They're mentoring the residents. They're making sure that they have what they need to be successful, because they didn't get that on the outside, and had they gotten that, they probably wouldn't have been in that situation.
Absolutely. I am excited to see where this goes in the future, and also to see after an extended period what that does for our return numbers, because I think this is very promising, and hopefully the people who graduate from this program get back in our community, are able to stay with it, and then we don't have to worry about, it's never see you again or see you later. You don't want to have to say that.
No, we don't want them to come back unless they're coming to to mentor other people. We really want them to be productive citizens. And I talk about this, people talk about public safety, and what are we going to do to keep our community safe? This is what we're doing to keep our community safe. This is public safety redefined. This is community wellness. We're focusing on the entire community. The folks, my community, our community now, are the folks in the detention center. They are a group of about 1,000 people, and about 900 of those are coming back, into the community at some point, and will have paid their dues and or, not paid their dues. But regardless, those that want to make a change, we give them the opportunity. Now, these folks are screened. They have to want to be in that program, and they're screened through staff and through a series of interviews that they go through. And they don't, they're we're giving them a second chance, but they have to want it, and they have to do the work. So it's all about accountability for them, doing what we can to put them in a better place than when they got there. And that, to me, is what it's about. That's what's going to change the trajectory of these folks' lives, and that is going to keep them out of our jail system.
Absolutely. I think this is a great project. I can't wait, again, to see what happens in the long term. And congratulations.
It's amazing. And it's the staff. It's the village. We talked about the village Wednesday a lot. And with a lot of the community leaders that were there, some electeds that were there, some naysayers that were there. And they're all blown away. There wasn't a dry eye in the ceremony. And it was just really, it humanizes the folks that we tend to lock up and throw away the key, and it puts a face back on these people. And look, they are victims of crimes too, and we can't forget the victims. And we tell them this all the time. So we constantly challenge them, about what it is that they can do to give back to that community that they hurt, the family that they hurt, the people that they hurt. And they've come up with these great ideas. But I've always said, there's not a lot you can do from here, but when you get out, there's a lot more you can do. Mm-hmm. And don't just say you're going to do it. And in this community, and what I focus on with this group is in the detention center. This is your community right now, because this is a small sect of our community, mm-hmm. the larger community, mm-hmm. That is not well. And so we need to focus on the wellness part, mm-hmm. and that's what we're doing.
Absolutely. Congratulations to our graduates. I'm looking forward to seeing the next class come through. And congratulations to you and to all the people that worked with you to make this happen. This has got to feel phenomenal.
It's and it hasn't even sunk in yet. This has never been done before. Mm-hmm. Not here. Maybe in a prison setting when you know somebody's there for a defined amount of time, but these folks did this through COVID. They did it through staffing challenges, and I can't give enough credit to the staff that just stepped up and made this happen and helped these guys even when they didn't want to be there. Mm-hmm. The staff was encouraging them to continue to push through. And here is 2 years later, these guys are like, I never thought I'd see myself graduate from college. Mm-hmm. I never thought I'd see myself, speaking to important people in the community and thanking them for the help that they gave us. They genuinely stepped up. The community did, and I couldn't be more proud.
Thank you guys so much for all of your support that you have given to this program and for the continued support that we will hopefully see for our next huge class of 68. And 24 are doing undergraduates?
24 doing undergraduate.
It's incredible. Thank you so much for coming in and filling me in on this, because I just heard a little bit on Wednesday when we saw the stuff about the ribbon cutting ceremony. Mm-hmm. So it's good to get a little bit more of like an inside track on what specifically is going on.
There's more to come. There's more to come. We said 2 years ago at the juvenile facility, it's no longer optional mm-hmm. for you to go to school. It's mandatory. You have to go to school. And we brought in an army of teachers and a principal. And now everybody at the juvenile center is on grade level or above. And those folks that stay with us after they age out at 18 go straight into this program. So there's no break in their education. It's continuity of care. It's what we've talked about, what we've worked on for two plus years. And we're just seeing the fruits of our labor.
More to come. Thank you again for coming in, and thank you for tuning into The Beat. This has been The Beat, a conversation about the Charleston County Sheriff's Office and our community. I'm your host, Oshie Alford. Look for future episodes by following the Charleston County Sheriff's Office on Facebook, YouTube, or wherever you get your podcasts.